There's a chill in the air, and the spirits of the otherworld seemed to come in this week and lift up some teams previously thought of as dead. We explore a week of extreme highs and extreme lows. Let's get to it. I hope I win, but it's going to take his team having some problems like last week. And it's going to take my team really putting some things together, including some guys who haven't done it.
Yeah. Hey, man, the season's over. I've given up. Right?
What?
Welcome to the Chuck and Dave pod.
I'm Chuck.
I'm Dave.
And this is the pod as Dave has emerged from his slumber.
I have.
Fully rested.
Oh, fully rested.
After helping all those people down at the border.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I was hired out by ICE for a few months.
Oh, dang.
So, yeah.
I mean, they advertise like crazy, so you probably could get a job pretty easily there.
I gotta get my Halloween music going.
Yeah, put that in the background.
Ooh. For those of you who notice our background is different, which I don't think anybody has recognized that yet, but I don't even know if anybody's watching yet. But if you watch this later and realize that the background is different, I no longer have Restream Premium, which is why I have the watermark in the top left. And I accidentally changed it, and now I can't change it back until I get premium. So maybe I'll have to get premium later. Again, though, this does not necessarily mean I'm back like we're going to be doing this weekly, but we might just go to a monthly thing. My schedule is pretty crazy right now, just being a new dad, so it's just been difficult to find time to do this.
Well, we're glad to have this week. Week 8. 8 weeks down.
8 weeks down. That's pretty crazy. We're halfway down.
And it dawned on me, because earlier I was thinking that this had to be Josh's best statistical season.
Yeah.
And it seems to be from a point standpoint. Although I'd forgotten how good he was doing in the regular season last year, at least in the beginning as well. And then I was thinking, gosh, this year is starting to feel an awful lot like last year as far as the teams that are up in the top and stuff. And I went back and looked, and it's pretty similar. Last year, after 8 weeks, the Flemoids were 4-2. well, okay, I'm gonna not count week 1, that like terrible 65 that he dropped, because like that was not representative. You don't count that. He's 4-3, and he had 132 point average, and he's got like 131 average right now. You were 5-3, just like you are now, and you had 121 average, so your average is doing a little better. The Destroyers were 5-3, so one worse, and they had a 133 average. And the Fergals were 5-3, and they're 5-3 right now.
Wow.
So it's a lot of similar faces. Jordan is still, I mean, he scored really well this week, but he's still in the basement as far as record kind of goes.
Yeah.
So really, basically, just me and Sam swapped. But it's crazy. Last year at this time, there was Josh was 4-4, and you and your dad and Kara and Alex were all 5-3. And Sam was too, I think. Sam was also 5-3. Because you were all feasting on me and Jordan.
Yeah, that's true.
Jordan had 1 win and I had 2 wins.
Yeah, that's right.
At this point last year, so you guys were just kind of eating each other and sharing us.
Yeah, now we're feasting on Sam and Dad.
Nobody feasted on Sam this week.
No, not so much.
Should we start there?
Yeah, let's start there. So I want to be perfectly honest with everybody. I haven't been like too much watching I haven't been watching a whole lot of my team. I've been making sure everybody's in. Last week was rough. I had to do a lot of mixing and matching to try and make my team work. But I will say I haven't been like paying super close attention, but I did pay attention last week. Because Jordan's team was scoring so much on me. So
I haven't paid close attention, says the guy who's gone 127, 141, and 147. It kind of fell into my lap that way.
It's called a good draft. Let's be honest. That was just a good draft. I haven't gotten a lot of people, so it's not like I'm like my moves.
Well, you don't need to get people though, when you're scoring.
My moves have been pretty low.
But when you're scoring, it doesn't matter.
It's true.
You don't need to do that. I mean, it's shocking that you've gone 1-2 in that stretch of scoring.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
You really should be 7-1.
Yeah. Well, Josh can whine and moan all he wants about. Hey, I lost games and I scored a lot of points. Welcome to my life. Dude, you know nothing. You know nothing.
So you got.
And honestly, I wasn't even that upset. I honestly was not upset at the loss yesterday or this past week. I thought my team played as well as it could have, and it wasn't. I did not have a very strong lineup because I had to take Jameer Gibbs out, and I had to put in Jackson Dart. So it's and Zay Flowers. I was most of my guys were out. So I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy scoring 147.
You just had to deal with a 41 from Taylor.
Oh, look we got a guy watching. What up, Dave? Hey, Alex, how's it going?
There we go. Definitive proof. Alex is a Dave fanboy.
He is.
He only watches for Dave.
It's okay. I got a few.
It happens. Well, I guess we're talking about the Latin versus the Roughnecks last week here, which is fine.
That's fine. I mean, it wasn't, even though the score was high, this wasn't a close game at all. I never hit a point where I was like, oh, I think I can pull this off. It was once James Cook, Saquon, and Derek all scored really, really high, I was like, I'm toast.
I mean, yeah, a 37, a 38, a 28 off the defense, a 29 from the quarterback. The worst score was a 6, which isn't great, but everybody else was double digits. It was a pretty insane performance. Clearly the best performance we have seen in the Yahoo era. It took over, and, I'm still a little sad. I might be a little hungover with coping with this, but, losing the best score
Alex, I just wanted to let you know, doing the math this time, James Cook and Saquon Barkley could have were very close to beating your team. 2 running backs almost beat your entire team.
Whoops.
That's rough.
Whoops. So yes, the 196.7 the new highest score ever in our Yahoo era, and it's shocking because the previous 2 highest scores were from teams that were very, very dominant that year, the 2022 Polecats and the 2018 Ferrets. This one just kind of randomly shot off a guy who'd never topped 116 this whole year.
Yeah.
Suddenly threw it back to 2024 with his team and was able to pull off this huge number. It's just crazy. And honestly, it's only you putting up the 147 that stopped this from being the biggest margin of victory ever, too. I'm sure.
Yeah.
It didn't even crack anything too big there. But it did, however, give us the largest combined score ever in our league history, which I just went back today and checked them all out. You beat the previous record by 20 points.
20 points.
20 points. It was 322, I believe.
Yeah.
And now it's 344.
Whew.
22 points you topped it by. And as I was looking through the history, there's a lot of times where multiple teams have scored really big, but they very rarely play each other.
Yeah, we never really see that. Usually in a game like this, the other person's scoring 100 points. You're getting smoked.
Yeah, it's just an absolute drubbing. But so it was kind of exciting to see something like this happen and do that stuff. I don't think there's really a whole lot more to say about this game, though, because it was just...
It would have been nice for Alex to play Jordan this week, just to like solidify the biggest blowout of all time.
It would have been like 120-point blowout.
Like nobody would touch it ever again.
That would be a really, really hard. Honestly, 196 is probably going to stand on its own for a long while.
We'll see. Power creep is a real thing, even though Josh makes it seem like it's a myth.
Yeah, they would have blown the margin of victory out of the water because the current record is 103 points, which I still hold. I was a 3-time sailboat champion. Anybody care about me? No.
So wait, how much did Jordan beat you by? Like 1 point?
My record had been 195.33, and he got 196.76.
So like a point and a half.
Yeah.
Point and a half. Oh, man.
I was sitting there like, come on, man. First half went through. Kelsey wasn't doing too much. I was like, okay, it's a good start. Just throw it to Rashee Rice like 20 times. That's all we need. Nope. But it was tight end day, or the weekend of tight end day. And unlike the Cowboys, the Chiefs celebrated that correctly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think if I watched a little bit of the Cowboys game, I felt like they were throwing to a tight end, just not Ferguson.
They may have been, I guess.
Second, no. Yeah, okay. Jordan it hit perfectly. There's not much to say about this game. It was a great big matchup. Tampa Bay scoring huge. Mm-hmm. James Cook, huge. Over 200 yards rushing. That's insane. Saquon Barkley back to what he used to.
And Taylor, Barkley, and Cook all in this one matchup account for 3 of the top 4 running back scores in our league this year.
So we had all 3 of the top, 3
of the top 4. The only one not in here was last week when I had Robinson get a 37.1 or whatever.
So the top, you could say top 3 or top 3 or 4 all in the same game. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in the same matchup.
It's crazy. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. Insane game by him too.
You got it right by taking him, sir. That has been your.
That was really honestly
I think he's going to be the highest scoring player of the year.
That was scary because Josh has gone with Taylor and watched him really just sat on him do nothing. Well, especially, but Indianapolis has been playing. Indianapolis has been playing so well this year that he's been utilized correctly.
Yeah, nobody expected Indianapolis. So right now, Jonathan Taylor is the highest scoring player. He scored 220 points. Second highest is Patrick Mahomes with 195.
Yeah. And yeah, benches couldn't have helped us out much.
Can't imagine they could have.
Nope.
I need to remember after this pod, I need to add up what the absolute highest possible score could have been this week. If Jordan somehow had the top performing players in every position, how close he was to the actual highest score.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and Jordan Love going off finally. So I mean, he really
he just hit it all. And now this will be the cool, interesting thing to see. Now obviously Barkley's on bye next week, but is Barkley going to be back, or is this one of those things where it feels like the Eagles figured something out and then they go back to not doing it that way again?
I mean, it could have been lucky. They did play the Giants. The Giants aren't a very good team. So.
And Barkley has a thing against the Giants.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if the White Latin scores go up now, or if they just go right back to being in the 100 teens.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year. We shall see.
We shall see.
But where are we going next?
Yeah, let's what was the game of the week? Was it the
I believe it was my game, me and Kara.
Well, we'll do that one last. We'll just go down Josh versus Dad, the at the
honestly
time,
the game that I kept forgetting about.
Flemoids versus the Blue Golds.
I was watching my game. I was watching the low-scoring game. I was watching the high-scoring game, and then I was just like, "Oh yeah, Josh."
I actually was paying attention to fantasy football this week, and I was not paying attention to this game. I know I talked to my dad a little bit about it. He was pretty happy with Bo Nix.
Bo Nix has been great for him.
He was happy. Jamar Chase actually seems like he came back, but he was kind of frustrated with Matthew Golden.
Well, the problem is you just can't go with a Packer receiver because you don't know who's going to get the ball. And honestly, it's never been Golden yet this year.
No, and he's got Dobbs and Golden, and it just doesn't seem like even when Dobbs gets the ball, it's not even like he's getting a ton.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just one Packer each week that's going to get it, but you don't know if it's going to be Watkins or Dobbs or Golden or Kraft. Could be Wicks, you just know.
No honestly, idea. Josh could have put in Vidal, although Vital, I don't know. I was watching that game, and I don't think the announcers knew how to pronounce it because I heard about 17 different pronunciations of Kimani Vidal. It was like they'd say Vidal, and then they'd say Vidal, and then they'd say Vital.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. The Gadsden purchase that he pulled off has been working out very nice for him while he waits for Bauer to come back.
Yeah, not too bad. Does he put Bauer back in? Is Bauer going to see the same production?
The problem is
he wasn't doing well at the beginning of the year. Brock Bowers was.
The problem is that the Raiders suck. So,
yeah. So do you switch him out, or do you just the table's hot right now? You just keep it going.
That's a tough choice he's going to have to make. It might have to deal with matchup, but I would almost want to see what Bauer comes back as. And
I don't think he's going to. They'll definitely probably have him on a snap count this first game. Although we're going to talk about that in the future. Yeah. We shouldn't talk too much about that.
So looking at this game, last week when I laid out my predictions for the rest of the year and then encouraged everyone to give me theirs, and then also later went on Discord and encouraged everyone to give me theirs, and yet nobody gave me theirs. I did mention that the Blue Golds were an interesting case because they had just come off a really strong game, and was this like a turning point for them? It turns out no. They just kind of went back to their prior form. This is their third game below 100 points. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, for the Flemoids, it's his sixth game above 120.
It's pretty good.
It's just been insane consistency from the Flemoids right now. I don't think the Blue Golds have the star power to stay consistent throughout the whole year.
No.
Is the problem.
No, I don't think it's. My dad's only going to win games and get to that higher numbers if everybody just has insane games.
It seems like it might be a bit of a contest though between the Blue Golds and the White Latin for that 6th seed.
Maybe. Yeah.
Unless of course Jordan just keeps putting up 190s.
Yeah.
Figure it out from there, but that's pretty much it for this game. The Blue Golds didn't have They only had 3 players go in the double digits. If Josh, honestly, for the Blue Golds, if Josh Jacobs doesn't put up 25 and Jamar Chase doesn't too, it's not able to go very far.
Yeah.
And Rashad White didn't do great. He's on bye next week. Irving is going to be back at some point, and then he's going to kind of go back into the cupboard. So, we'll
Yeah,
see.
he's got a bunch of stuff he's got to work out.
Man, Danny Jones still doing. He's almost a guaranteed 20 points every game.
Yep. He's playing well.
All right, should we go to the Loser Bowl?
Yeah, the yeah, this one. 2 teams under 100. Is this a low? You said this is a record for lowest score combined?
For the year.
Okay.
I don't have the record written out right now for the full history.
I mean, I think the narrative of the Yahoo hates and is purposely like picking Alex, lowballing Alex's team can be put to bed, because this is now like the 3rd consecutive week where Alex has pretty much either hit his mark or below it.
His scores have not been great the last 3 weeks. He is averaging 94 points over the last 3 weeks, which is very uncharacteristic of what we've come to see from them. It's the lowest score he's ever gotten with us. Yeah. It's his first time under 80. Is this now? He of course defended himself, saying that it was because of teams on a bye. I loved Sam's retort. You're about to get beat by a guy with 14 players on a bye. Really, the Muff Oxen just did the same stuff they've been doing all year. He scored right around what he's been doing. If he didn't have that 150, 89 would be his average. It cannot be put to bed. I had 3 people.
So did Sam. We just put that to bed.
So did Sam. I guess maybe what he's saying is he has no depth, and so he has no margin for error.
I mean, yes, but everybody did. This was by hell.
I mean, I still have to say, I talked about this last week, but again, nobody watched.
Jordan had people on buys that he had.
I questioned mightily what was going on with Manange. Why?
I have no idea what that was.
Most point chasey thing ever.
You mean that you? Yeah, Alex. If you can respond here. Chuck and I were talking earlier this week. I have no idea what the heck you were thinking with Manangai. I don't know what his name is. Kyle. Like he's a RB2. Like what was the decision making process? Was it pure point chase? Like what was going on? You thought he was going to be a big deal?
And then Samuel has not been doing great. He had a 4, a 0, and a 3.
Yeah.
The last 3 weeks. So he's lost that magic. Ertz has come down. He's had a couple games up and down, but he's pretty up and down, so he's capable of getting 4s.
Oh, so it was you were just point. Alex just responded. He had a good week last week. So you're purely point chasing.
There were probably possible better options. It wouldn't have. I mean, it maybe would have changed this game.
Yeah, but you're holding on to 3 quarterbacks. Drop one of them, and 2 defenses. Drop one of them and pick up some. There had to be some running back out there that wasn't.
Now, to be fair, Chicago's defense against Baltimore was probably a decent option. That just didn't work out.
Debo's killing me. Yeah, it's tough. We all have those guys on our team that you just can't get rid of. And
no, I do agree. Like his 3 guys on bye are very, very big hitters.
Yes,
St. Brown, Montgomery, and Williams, but. They were in the team the last 2 weeks, and he did not score well then either. So it'll be interesting to see if the Destroyers pop back or if they are now kind of becoming a low hundreds type of team. Which, you know what? That comes for us all.
Yep.
Nobody can average 130 forever. So we will see. Meanwhile, though, the Musk Oxen did just enough of their same thing ever to squeeze out win number 2, which guarantees that we will not set a new record for the worst record ever. Maybe he'll tie your dad with a 2 for 2-12 this year.
Your last 3 weeks weren't that bad. Let's look at the
Did you hear me? Your average is 94 points over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. You scored. You had your last 3 weeks have been a loss with 86 points, a win with 119, and a loss with 76. So I mean, you've been sub 120. I mean, you haven't breached over 130 since week 2. So we're in panic mode, Alex. If you aren't,
But yet he's still the number 1 seed. He's still the number 1.
It was 119, 1.14. Man, I'm not rounding up with this. It was sub 120.
This ain't Quick Trip.
Yeah.
Quick Trip doesn't use pennies anymore. They already got rid of them.
Oh, did they really?
You go in there now, they round everything to a 5.
Good for them.
And I thought that was a little premature because I'm like, they're not even stopping production until next year, and it's going to take a long time before pennies are completely out.
Yeah, that's true.
But I guess they wanted to get out. And you know what? They're rounding it right. My order was $3.99, and they rounded down to $3.95.
Great.
Like, awesome. So when you go to Quick Trip, make sure that you are buying just enough items to get the beneficial round down.
Yeah, you definitely want that.
So I guess, yeah, that's what's on here. I mean, I don't, like I said last week in my thoughts of Sam, I don't know. That might be the last one he gets this year.
Yeah.
But I didn't think he was going to go the rest of the year winless. So
yeah,
there we go. Even their projections were 91 to 90.
Yeah. Dang. You guys were 119 is respective score, and I won. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying.
Soul search. The 119 isn't the one we're specifically going
watching. Alex is defending his losing streak.
He's defending his 94-point average over the last 3 weeks. We're not going after the 119. But the 119 is not enough to raise the sinking ship that the 86 and 79 on the other sides of it were.
For those of that are without context, Alex for the first 3 weeks told us like his team was godlike, unstoppable. No one was going to beat me. I will not. He was promising records broken and.
Well, he did drop a 170 in week 1 or something.
145. Glass ceilings shattered. He was promising a lot, and it's just he's coming back down to earth.
No, really, if we're gonna dig into this more, looking at his full season, you get 134, 145, then 112, 116, 127, then 86, 119, 76. Really, it's been pretty pedestrian.
Sinking ship. Oh, please. I'm not saying sinking ship.
I didn't say you're a sinking ship. I said that the 86 and the 79 were a sinking ship, bringing your average down.
Yes. You promised. You
made a promise, Mr. Frodo.
I think you promised lots of things that are going on.
Anyway, the record is what it is. He is still benefiting from the lowest points against by quite a bit. He has only had 820 against him. The next closest is 881. He has a 60-point advantage on points against, which has helped him out. Sometimes that's what it takes.
I will tell you, though, Alex, history is not kind to that type of statistic, because you can ask Josh. For many years, he had no points against. All of his teams were scoring nothing. He'd get bounced right away in the playoffs.
I'm curious now. Let's see. What is the record for points?
Josh has to.
It is Josh.
Oh, yeah. There were like 3 years in a row where Josh was like, had nobody. He was always like super low points against.
Points per game, least points per game. I don't know. I swore I had this record on here. I'll check it down here. Season totals, seasons. Least points against is Josh. In 2021, he averaged only 101 points against.
That's pretty crazy.
What's Alex at right now? About 101, 102. He's pretty close to that record.
That's pretty good.
Actually, the record for second place right now for points against is actually Alex from 2023. So he's got a pretty good stat. I don't think Josh's team is a silent killer. They've got a 5-game win streak.
Yeah.
He's killing everyone. All right, that's enough on that dead horse. Let's get to the most depressing game of the week.
Yeah. The Fergles versus the Puffins.
I'll tell you what, everybody about did their job to not do their job.
Brees Hall did his job for once.
Brees Hall came out.
The Jake Ferguson egg while he played every single he played a full game. 0 points.
I think he only had 1 target even. Yeah, the 0 there, 3 points out of Baker Mayfield. I don't know, man. That guy was like rock solid, and now he has a 10 and a 3 in the last 2 weeks. Egbuka coming back, he couldn't do anything. That's part of the Mayfield thing. That's part of the problem when you got your guys tied together.
Yeah.
But
Baker
again,
3 points is insane.
For a quarterback to do that bad, I mean, he had that fumble loss, I guess, makes it a little worse, but we got 5 points. We had 5. This is like the second or third time this year that if I had just played my bench better, if I had Flacco in instead of Baker, I win this game. And it's like, that's so frustrating when it keeps being just a poorly managed thing. But I really wasn't thinking about starting Flacco. I mostly picked him up just in case anybody else was maybe going to want to. But the way he's been scoring lately, Mayfield's on his bye next week, and Daniels could be hurt and hasn't been great. I might have to just roll with Flacco against the Bears. It turns out that any quarterback can do well when they have T. Higgins and Chase Brown and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I could probably pick up 4 or 5 fantasy points out there with those guys.
Oh, breaking news. The Weirdoge Wargs have dropped Caleb Williams.
Oh, second time. Will he get a third chance? But they're still holding on to Monangai.
Hang on to Monangai, but Caleb he didn't meet the standards.
That's trade bait right there. Here's an interesting stat from the Puffins here. Week 8, obviously Scattaboo goes out. Week 7, Jaden Daniels gets out. Week 6, both Egbuka and Garrett Wilson go out. Week 5, my kicker got hurt. That's my streak I'm on right now.
You got somebody gets hurt every.
Somebody's gotten hurt every single game since week 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't start anybody next week. Maybe I should tank so that the league stays healthier for them. Otherwise, Chase Brown did well, and everyone else for the Fergles did just enough to put him back into their 120. I mean, the Fergles are honestly, they're either 120 or they're 80. Like, that's the year for the Fergles. They're on or they're off. And they did this even with a 1 point out of Mason and a 3 point out of Hawkinson.
Yeah.
I didn't need Waddle. I mean, what the heck? Atlanta just frustrates me so bad. Who are they?
Yeah.
Giving up 18 points there. Like, they're supposed to be a good defense. What did I see? Something interesting. Like, the teams that the Falcons have beat are like, what, the Bills and some other big team, but the teams they've lost to are like bottom tier teams that don't beat anybody else.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating.
Well, apparently it took Kara dropping Patrick Mahomes and him spending a year off of Kara's fantasy team to just
getting
redrafted to just energize his career.
I think he really didn't want to squander the second chance.
This is pure Patrick Mahomes vintage that Kara's getting right now. Like, he's been over he's like 25 points pretty much every week.
Mm-hmm.
Just.
I'll tell you what, that stat down there though shows you why you don't bench Chris Boswell. Yeah,
okay, but I mean it wouldn't even helped her that much. Cameron Dicker
would have been 8 points.
And a half.
Puts her at 130.
Crazy though.
Puts her at 130.
It's still crazy that you, between Chase McGoffin, Cameron Dicker, and Chris Boswell, I think they could have beaten Alex's team.
You could
This
probably
week.
pick about 3 players from most everybody's teams to just. I bet there's probably some league that has settings correct enough that one single player could have beaten
Alex's team.
Alex's team.
I mean, it would have been close with Josh Allen last year.
Okay, we've all had a game in the 70s. We're just happy you're joining us, Alex.
Yeah, we're just glad to have somebody to talk to. Josh apparently doesn't like the pod anymore.
He has not been on the pod in about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Fan of the pod, no more. All right, so let's look at the standings right now. So of course, we got our new names right now for some of us for the Halloween week.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the Werdoge Wargs, lucky as all get out, sitting at 6-2, but they are fourth in points for. Then you got the Wendigo, who have the tiebreaker because they have the most points, 5-3. And then the Chocula's Mallow MVPs, also at 5-3.
My question, okay, so Josh, if he ever watches this, look at my Bears running back was a bad call. Yeah, you do. Good. I would love to see you defend it though, Alex. I would. What's with the mallow? Why Chocola's mallow? I don't think there's marshmallows in.
There sure are.
Is there really?
Yes, there is. It's chocolate corn flake thingies or corn based things.
I always thought Count Chocula was just like Cocoa Puffs.
No.
I thought it was like the off-brand Cocoa Puffs.
I don't know. It's the full deal. It's basically chocolate Lucky Charms.
Does Frankenberry have marshmallows in
Yes,
it?
they do. All of them have marshmallows. Frankenberry is strawberry, Blueberry is blueberry. The odd year when you get the Mummy is orange citrus flavor.
Ugh.
That's why that one goes away. And then you got the werewolf one is cherry.
I saw a green one, Carmella Creeper.
Yeah, they've had a couple. I did a lot of research today because I really wanted to pick a team name that was like a generic version of Count Chocula or something, but nobody's done it. So I could not come up with a cereal-based comeback against him other than doing like, Haunted Captain Crunch or something like that.
Although, I mean, as sad as it is, I love your Great Pumpkins because, I mean, like, you kind of have been a pumpkin.
My team is a pumpkin right now.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what you meant by putting the Great Pumpkins.
I thought it worked pretty well because my team is going to very much be a pumpkin this week.
But I was like, the Great Pumpkins.
I would like to fast forward to week
high round draft picks this year. I've done pretty well considering that my draft is a nightmare. Yeah, that sucks for you. You did it. You guys never mentioned that. I mean, yeah, because it was okay. First high round picks, a third and a sixth, dude. It's not like you lost your second and third. You are nowhere near what Jordan had last year.
I mean, the third hurts. I would say the sixth is pretty negatable.
Yeah, sixth. Like, okay, I'm gonna put this to bed. We'll see what did Jordan pick?
Yes, he could have had.
So Jordan
had Terry McLaurin.
Jordan, yeah, he has Terry McLaurin,
and he took Trayvon Henderson. That's who you're missing out on.
That's who you're missing out on.
No,
nope, it was a third round. We're looking right at him, buddy. Third round.
You took Kyron Williams in the second round.
You took Kyron Williams in the second round.
It's interesting. Who's had a big bust here? Round one is pretty well turned out, aside from probably Nico Collins and the Malik Neighbors injury.
Mm-hmm.
Round two, Derrick Henry's been a bit of a bust. Otherwise, everyone, and Brian Thomas Jr. has been a bust.
Or Drake London.
Drake London finally had some life for 2 weeks. We'll see. He didn't do anything last week. Who was this good steal in a late round here? Let's see. Not a keeper, but just a good pickup. I guess Jared Goff, round 5.
Jared Goff. I got Jared Goff in round 5.
No, round 13. Sorry, my bad.
Oh,
I mean, Egbuka had been pretty good for round 11. Now he's just been hurt. Tucker Kraft, round 10. That's pretty solid.
yeah, that was a good one.
So, anyway, continuing the standings here. Then we got the Fergals, who are actually 5th in points for, I think. 6th in points for. Then you got the Great Pumpkins, who are 4-4, but 3rd most points scored. I'll take pride in that. Then you got the White Lightning, who are almost, they are only less than a point away from Alex now after that 196 in points for. And that's going to make it a little harder for the Blue Golds to catch up. The Blue Golds are 2-6 and the Musk Oxen are 2-6, but the Musk Oxen are still sitting at like a 95-point average, and that's with the 150 that he got.
Wow.
So just a great year for him. And like always, we love to see it. He also has the most points against.
Yep.
Although you're pretty close. You're only 32 points behind.
Yeah. I have had a lot of points scored against me, so I will take that.
But it just shows the difference. When you're the highest scoring, it doesn't matter as much when the points are scored against you. But yeah. I think an embarrassing thing for me is that I have the 3rd lowest points against, and I have not been able to do much with it, even though I have the 3rd most points for.
It's just not adding up in the same.
Just not working out. Not working out. All right. What's coming up here in week 9?
Did you notice that my dad dropped Matthew Golden but picked up Christian Watson?
Oh, just did that today, did he?
Yeah.
We got a couple of things going on today. Alex dropped.
I think my dad only pays attention to Packers news and only picks up players when it's Packers related.
So what, Alex? I know they're playing the Raiders. I mean, maybe Jacksonville will be fine. I guess it's worth going for him. It's worth.
That's the opposite of point chasing, going for a team that scored -2 last time.
So he actually dropped Rashad White because he's probably expecting Irving to come back afterwards.
Curious what the game of the week is.
It's gotta be probably me versus Josh, honestly.
Yeah, I think you'd read.
Everyone else has got a pretty big deficit between them as far as record and points. All right. Which one should we start with? This is a repeat of week 5.
It is actually the Werewolves versus the Appalachian White Lightning.
We can start there. Now, the White Lightning have some work to do. They've got Barkley on bye.
This is the game, just so you know, this is the game considered the game of the week.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder what... I thought it was mostly just about which 2 teams had the most points. All right.
Yep, Saquon is going to be...
It seems to me like Yahoo is point chasing the White Lightning. Calling this one the game of the week, but we'll call it that. We'll do with it. So they got to replace Barkley after he just put up that wonderful game. That's too bad. Sorry. Tampa Bay defense is off too. I assume he's just going to move Cook up into Barkley's spot.
And then putting Jackson Smith and Jigma.
Yeah, it would be in as his flex. And then he's going to have to pick up somebody for a defense. So his projection would go up. I assume his projection will be
closer to 100.
Shy of 100 with that in mind.
Yeah.
It's just tough to call because you look at that team. He's definitely not doing 196 again. You don't know what Love's going to do. He's a bit volatile. when it comes to fantasy points. Keenan Allen has not been great.
Again, that's got to be 3 or 4 game of the weeks for me. Yeah, I mean, this isn't even supposed to be game of the week. It's not because of you, Alex.
It seems to be chasing him, honestly, but I'm not sure why. I think Yahoo just likes to watch you
fail,
lose.
They do love watching you fail.
Let's see if Alex can get 2 losses in a row. Anyway.
Although, to be fair, Alex, if you win this game, we're going to put an asterisk next to it because Saquon Barkley is out, and he has to replace his defense. So
you're playing a guy who's got 2 players on bye. What is he supposed to be doing?
Seriously, like this isn't even like it's not even fair.
And
like,
you got probably. It's like you're playing with an arm behind your back.
You should probably. Should probably just bench someone just to make it more fair.
We love you, Alec. So when we look at this year, I mean, Drake May has been doing pretty well. That was a solid pickup there for Alex. Even against teams that are supposed to be doing well against each other, they're not. He's doing well. So Atlanta is supposed to be 28th, but honestly, Atlanta does not look that great a lot of times. CeeDee Lamb is going to be better than Allen. St. Brown's going to be better than Olave. Williams, if you put him against Cook, probably is not quite as good as Cook. Kyron is probably better than anything we've gotten from Henry, even though he's perked up a little bit. Although he's playing Miami, so I guess if anybody's going to get him to pop off a 40, it's that one. But I think Kelsey's better than Ertz. Sam is probably worse than whoever he puts in there. I think it's going to not be super duper not close with this one. I'm expecting both teams to kind of return to form here. Take that as a compliment, Alex. So I think that we're going to see probably Alex around 120 and probably Jordan around like 110. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Wargs. By the way, Dave also took weeks off from picking.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Only Josh and I have been picking the last few weeks.
Definitely.
Dave goes away and engagement in this league plummets.
Yeah, I really apologize, guys. The
stats don't stop, though.
I know. So you're going to pick Alex. I'm going to pick Jordan because I can't pick Alex. So
against your contract.
It is contractually agreed.
And I'll tell you what, I even talked last week about how I thought these worst record teams had a very opportunistic time to win, and I didn't pick them. So I went 1-3 last week, and Josh went 3-1, tying me now in the pick'ems as well with 20 each. Can't shake Josh this year.
Nope. Oh, tied up.
All right, where you go? Where are we going next?
I'm trying to think of what my game of the week is. Hey guys, traded Derrick Henry.
Oh, we got a person.
Warren, Egbuka, and Swift for Bijan, Debo, and who's K9? That's
a huge trade.
Yeah, I wish we had
4 players at a time.
Basically,
it was Henry for Bijan, which is an upgrade.
Yeah, Jackson
Warren is a tight end.
That was a good.
Oh, is K9 Craft? I don't know.
No,
I'm not familiar with that term, K9.
And
Egbuka for JSN, essentially.
Oh,
Swift.
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker. So it'd be like Swift for him.
You don't want to ask these guys about trades, dude. I made some of the most landmark benchmark.
First of all, he didn't ask about it. He already made the trade. He already made the trade.
I have been part of some of the biggest trades.
Hey, he's got the same quarterbacks as me. I have Daniels and I have Flacco. Let's both hope that we pick the right one this week. He's got Gibbs and Bijan and JSN. That's a pretty. He's got Hampton on the bench. Oh, I guess he's hurt, isn't he? Never mind. I was thinking of Gadsden.
Yeah.
I have Wilson also. This team is very, very familiar to me because I also have London and Bijan. This is kind of like my alter ego team here in another universe. That's a pretty good looking team right there for the
He
end
has
run.
Jaden Daniels on the. He has Jaden Daniels starting.
Well, I'm assuming he's hoping that he's going to be playing.
I was gonna say Jaden Daniels. I hope he starts this week. I don't know. I don't know if I would start him because the Washington Commanders aren't a very good team. I'd take Flacco. I would have tried to find I probably would have tried to find a better quarterback, but it's interesting.
It's a big trade. I wonder how you swung it.
Yeah, in our league, trades like that never happen because no one wants to trade. Although we do not do, if you are part of a like dynasty league, we're not part of a dynasty league.
I think we would trade more with dynasty leagues because it would be pretty much
Yeah.
the way to do things.
Yeah. That's like a team shifting trade. I just traded like half my team away to another team for their half of their team.
For sure.
Can we just do that? Can we play like Uno fantasy football where you can just like put a like give me all your hand and like we just swap teams? That'd be an interesting thing, huh? Just randomly like
well, we could do there are leagues where the winner gets to take a player from the loser.
Oh. Isn't that like kind of a pirate league or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Which, like, I think that comes down to the luck of week one then, because if you happen to win week one, now you get the benefit of having another top player on your team.
Well, the winners are always going to be like, I mean, that's true capitalism right there. I mean, you know, it's just going to be, there's going to be a.
That's more than capitalism if they just steal it.
It's going to be, well.
That's some very late stage capitalism.
Depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to like socialists, all capitalism is theft. So.
Yes. Anyway, let's get back to this one. Are we going to the year game? Because that one looks like a close one right now.
Yeah, that's fine. It's probably the
2-6. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Sorry. Last time the Lotnin and Wargs met in week 5, the Wargs got the win 127-116.
Okay.
So here we have the 2-6 Blue Golds versus the 5-3 Wendigos, and last time they met in week 5, the Wendigos got the win 117-114. Very, very close.
That's right. It was a very close game. This was the one that.
This is the only game
I think his player like basically like stopped playing halfway through the game. So actually, now I kind of want to look back on that. Sorry.
It's fine. He did bench Bo Nix for Lamar Jackson. He's feeling good against Miami.
So week 5, that was. I think it was Harrison Butker. And the Chiefs only kicked 4 extra points. He needed Harrison Butker to score a couple of field goals, and he never got it.
That's right.
That was the Omari and Hampton's, I think, last game.
God rest his soul. So when I look at these two, it's a tough week for the Blue Golds. They had to make a lot of switching around, and he just did so. He had not done so when I was looking over things here. So he's got Watson in there, which I'm not sure is a big upgrade over Golden. He's going to have to hope that Jacobs does well against Carolina, which he could. He's got Swift in there, which against Cincinnati should do very well. Jacoby Myers, I don't trust anybody on the Raiders. I don't care who they're playing. So I feel like Watson and Myers are the weak points there.
Mm-hmm.
On your team, though, you got a lot of you guys back. You got Taylor, you got Gibbs, you got... I doubt Kraft's going to be putting up 20 points again. Adams has been... If I remember, he's been doing pretty well, hasn't he? He's pretty up and down. Aubrey's always good for something. New England against Atlanta, maybe a little bit risky, because Atlanta certainly could go off.
Yeah.
On them. Metcalf. Have you had Metcalf the whole year?
Yep, I have. He's been on the bench. He's been on the bench for a bit because I didn't trust him.
Jared Goff with that. I mean, this could go either way. It's certainly not a slam dunk. I feel a little more like you, so I'm going to pick the Wendigos, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Blue Golds win.
I am also picking myself. So I think I got a good shot. I think my dad's team is, a lot of those players have to have very good games. If my guys have just average games,
if you both have average games here, I mean your projections are extremely close. But if you both have average games, I think it's going to favor you. If you have a down of a game, then he could do it, and if he has a really good game. I mean, Jamar Chase might do very, very well against Chicago. Jackson may come out and pop off 30 points against Miami. It's possible Jacobs runs wild against Carolina and Swift too. Would anybody be completely shocked if he put up a 150? No, but it's certainly lower percentage.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Let's go to the Fergles versus the Muskoxen.
All right, here's two teams that I don't think have really updated things yet. Maybe
No.
there's no zeros in here, so. Well, I mean, Sam probably needs to be told about Pacheco. Because he's not currently marked as out, so Sam may have looked at him yesterday, seen questionable, and been like, that's good.
That's okay.
He's clearly not out. Don't know what that cue's for. Here we got the true quarterback showdown. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes against each other here. That will be interesting to see how it plays out.
Honestly, I think he should just take out Ramondre Stevenson as well and put in Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker and just do the Seattle backfield.
When he did that, though, it didn't do a whole lot for him. Nothing's gone a whole lot for him.
No, Sam is not.
The real question is, can Sam top 100 points again this year? I believe a couple of years ago, you set a streak of.
Yeah, it was bad. We looked at it like one of the last time I was on the pod, and it was bad. Yeah, it was like 80s, and it was bad.
It was a rough time.
It was like I want to say it was like 7 out of 8 times under like 100 points. It was brutal.
It was a terrible, terrible year.
Yep.
But it led to last year for you. So when I look at these two teams, neither one looks amazing right now. I don't really trust Kara's team to put up a lot of points ever. They did, but they can. Although one interesting thing is that she's tended, when she gets a 120, to get 2 120s in a row. And that's if you count her first game was like a 117, and then she got a 120. And then she tends to get 2 bad games in a row after that. So I don't know if that means anything. T. Higgins could do something against Chicago. Dobbins in Houston is going to be tough. Jordan Mason hasn't really been great, and Detroit's going to be tough. Hawkinson's going to be tough. So she's got some tough things in there. McConkey's been doing pretty well. Josh Allen could do really well. But at the end of the day, Sam's ceiling is so low.
His ceiling is so low.
It's going to take her having a game like the Alex did last week in order to lose. And so I have to pick the Fergles.
Yeah, me too.
Sam right now is a 95.7 points per game. He'd like to hit your low of 91 that you set.
Holding strong.
I think he'd kind of like to get that record at this point. But I told him if he tanks, I will personally come over there and kick his butt.
Yeah. All right.
That brings us to the last one, probably the most mismatched one.
Yep, the David versus Goliath. I don't actually know if that is true because honestly, I think Yahoo Fantasy is stroking a little bit of Josh's ego and maybe a little bit more than Josh's ego.
He's had very high projections every week.
Yes.
And he's matched them.
Some of them, yeah.
So here's the positives for me. George Pickens has not been near as good.
No.
Pickens
struggled.
It's possible that Jones puts up a bad game at some point, fantasy-wise.
Yep.
Bowers, he's got in. I can hope that he doesn't do very well.
Well, and he says Puka's coming back, but is Puka Nacua going to even be playing full snaps? Like, he's been limited in practice all week. He struggled in his, what was it? Because he's been like, has he been out with an ankle injury? Because it looked like he
got hurt in week 6, was out 7, and had the bye in week 8.
Okay. Sounds good.
mean, if he's playing even at half capacity, he's probably getting 10 points.
Maybe. We'll see.
He got the Detroit defense. That's probably pretty good. I mean, the way he's just been, you have to assume he's getting 120 at least. And I don't know that my team can put up 120 this week. Look at that bench I've got. Holy crap.
Oh, you're point chasing McBride. That's
me?
Good. Yeah, because you got 25 last time.
Not a point chase. He was my starter every week except last week.
I know.
Go figure, right? Go figure.
Yeah, Drake London's.
He didn't get 25 last week. He got 25 2 weeks ago. I only
ago.
benched him because he was on his bye. He should do pretty well against Dallas. Pittman, I was pretty stoked about finding Pittman. He's been doing very well lately, and he's playing Pittsburgh, who's been giving up lots of points.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. He's become a favorite for Danny Dimes.
It's very possible that Los Angeles has a field day against the rookie quarterback from New Orleans. Bijan has got a bit of a tough one there against New England since he apparently couldn't even run against Miami. But Rashee Rice has been doing really well. I gotta hope. See, the things about Donald, he was doing great. Then they brought back the other guy. And honestly, when you listen to interviews, it almost seems like they just feel like they owe it to the other guy because he was the guy. Like they keep talking about how, Donald was great and we can't deny that. But we really, we have to say this guy really did so much to build our team the way. But it doesn't matter. He's not doing as good. Give it to Donald.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do that. If that stuff happens, if Flacco puts up a great game, Rice does well, if all these guys performed to their abilities, I can win this game.
Yeah, I think you can.
Which would be amazing, and I would love to take out Josh with this many guys on bye. Then we could really put Alex's thing to bed.
Yep.
If I can top 79 points this week, it'll show that I'm better than Alex.
Then you're better than Alex. That's the goal.
So I'm going to go ahead and pick myself. I'm not confident in that pick, and I really should pick Josh since I am in a battle for the win.
I honestly think I'm picking you too. I know Josh is going to say it's because I hate him, but honestly, I think I do not like Josh's team.
Because you don't like Josh or because you don't trust him?
No, I just don't like his team. I just don't. They have merit, and not talking about just that he has the guy named Merritt.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like his team.
Why would you like a team that gets 120 every week?
I would too, but yeah, I get it.
So that is our look at week 9.
Yeah.
And our Halloween week here. Hopefully we can scare up some big points for me.
Scare up some good points. Yeah, it's
fun.
It's good to be back. Again, not necessarily permanent, but it's good to just get back in the chair, get back underneath the lights, under the camera.
Probably had to get the leaf blower out to get the dust off that chair.
Oh yeah,
took a little while.
I had to blow the microphone off.
Yep.
I
want to tarp it this time.
Yeah.
Shut her down. So, well, for those of you that haven't yet, make sure you change your name, get in on the fun. Make sure you make your picks. It's been really low there. It doesn't matter if you're in the running for the win. It's just fun to see people make picks
on a week-to-week basis, and it is very possible that somebody goes 0-4. It really is,
absolutely.
And you can easily.
I have gone 0-4. Or Kara's gone 0-4. So Josh obviously saw that it was posted on Discord that Josh to get in here, and then he said 2 things and then sat in silence. Even though we were poking at him. Come on. Mm-hmm. Maybe Jordy will reappear someday too. Who knows?
In order for Jordan to appear, I feel like we have to be like we gotta do it at like 5 p.m. because Grandpa Keller over there goes to bed at.
He's been on before though.
Yeah, but that's when he has maybe a coffee after dinner, and it kind of perks him up. After his 4:30 early bird special.
Maybe I'll send him a big shipment.
He has a little cup. He has a cup of half and half decaf, half caffeine, and that caffeine can kind of power him to like 7:30.
Maybe I'll send him a big shipment of golf clubs to regrip so that he has to stay up late and working on them.
That is true. You should.
I'll just specifically be like, I need you to work on these on Wednesday night.
Just go to Goodwill and buy the cheapest clubs.
Send him his way.
Yeah.
We should get him sponsoring this.
Yeah, we should.
Should have him record himself with doing a little advert. We can pop it up. We haven't done an ad in a while.
It's true.
Today was sponsored by Managi.
Managi.
All right, everyone. Well, good luck to everybody except for Josh.
Yeah, good luck to everybody, but who am I playing? I don't know. To the Blue Golds.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Hallows Eve. All right. Well, it's been a while. I don't know how to shut this thing down.
Yeah, I did it wrong the first time I did it. I played the intro again.
That's weird. All right. See you, folks.